I'm a victim of a criminal act conducted by this party which is in power right now, so put it on trial. Its leader was the Prime Minister, and his deputy is the Prime Minister right now, and they killed innocent Iraqis in 1980. Tariq Aziz, former Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister.
Welcome back to Inside Iraq. We are discussing the trial of Tariq Aziz, whether he will get a fair trial or whether this is going to be a kangaroo style. Zainab, Tariq Aziz, let me ask you, we just heard a quote from your dad saying that this is a political trial. The very people in charge of Iraq, the current Prime Minister, he's from Hizb al-Da'wah, they tried to assassinate your dad back in 1980. They didn't succeed. He is saying, your dad, this time they want to get me willy-nilly. Is he exaggerating, or this is how you look at it in the family?
No, he's not exaggerating. That's exactly how we feel. The actual fact that the same people who tried to kill him in 1980, as you said, are now in power is evident that they are trying to get him now. And the charges they pressed upon him is really ludicrous. So I think they are trying to kill him, or if not, kill him slowly in prison.
Arif Shaheen, Tariq Aziz recently, just a few weeks ago, mentioned that this government is gunning for him. This government is going to get him no matter what happens. He's not going to leave prison, and he's not going to get a fair trial. As a judge, as an Iraqi, as somebody who knows the Iraqi law very, very well, is Tariq Aziz trying also to politicize his position, or is he telling the truth?
The accused, the defendants, including Tariq Aziz, are not in front of the court or subject to trial because we want to take our revenge from them. We as judges are extremely professional. We are totally independent from politics, from the executive powers. We are totally independent from our past. We have the law, we have the proofs, we have to examine the case and then to issue our judgment.
Shaheen, what happened with the trial of Saddam Hussein, we know very well that some of the judges, they have political leanings, they have tentacles going all the way to the political parties. We saw a judge, chanting in a religious sermon, says, Mansoura ya Shi'at al-Haydar. We saw people when Saddam Hussein was hanged, even people within the government as well as the trial, the judges, they were quite happy. There is no measure of independence in all this. The same thing people fear, especially people like Abdurrahim Saber, is going to be extended to Tariq Aziz.
We, as a tribunal, our role is limited to issuing the sentence. I am heading this tribunal. I am totally independent from the political sphere. I have never seen a judge saying so. Our judges, the judges of the Iraqi tribunal,
let me run this by Saber. When you listen, the judge says, I am independent, I am my own man, nobody is going to be able to influence me, and we are basically looking at the evidence. Iraq is under occupation, no matter how you look at it, Iraq is under occupation. Is it in the interest of the occupiers, the American administration, for Tariq Aziz to be released or to be hanged just like Saddam Hussein?
Well, legally, Iraq is not under occupation. It was the UN resolutions of 2004 say that Iraq is a free and sovereign country. The question now, and I hope that Judge Shaheen is right, that there are guarantees that are going to be respected. The case, the de-Jail case of 2005, 2006, didn't show that, and that's our main concern.
Does that worry you? Do you believe the verdict is already written?
I don't know. I'm not into speculation. All I can say is that the past has shown us that the trial conducted in 2006, the de-Jail trial, was flawed, very much flawed.
I know you're going to be watching it like a hawk, and perhaps you have a representative going to the court. Zainab, let me ask you, Tariq Aziz, according to his lawyer, to Badi' Arif, he has been given many incentives. You can be released, we can get you out of Iraq if you just tell us some things about Saddam Hussein or distance yourself from Saddam Hussein. Why doesn't he do it? He's in his late 70s. live, perhaps he can spend the last few years with your family in Amman. Why didn't he take the offer?
Because he is Tariq Aziz. He's a man of honor, and he lived all his life and served Iraq with the principles and with love of Iraq. If he now denounces all the years and all the work that he has done with President Saddam Hussein, that he wouldn't be the honorable man that he is. You said earlier that maybe Judge Shaheen said that maybe he will be released or he will be acquitted from this crime. You said that there are 2 more cases waiting for him, and you said that he's in his late 70s, and you said that these crimes are not related to him. You said the word laughable. So what can we expect from these from this government, from this militia that is the government?
Let us ask this. What can we expect from this court? And this court is not in uniform. It has many political leanings. It has many currents in it. We have some Ba'athist judges. We have Sadriyin. We have people with political leaning. Anybody who sits on that tribunal somehow, one way or another, is selected by the government based upon certain political considerations. Am I right or am I wrong, Mr. Shaheen?
Choosing the judges to sit on this tribunal is done through the Iraqi High Tribunal, and we are an independent judiciary authority, totally independent. I say it once again. We have a list of candidates and they are then chosen, and the government or the executive authority doesn't have any role in choosing the judges.
Abdurrahim Saber, let us just take a hypothetical case. Tariq Aziz is tried by honorable judges, independent, as Mr. Shaheen says, and he is found not guilty and he will be released. Do you think it will be limited to those 3 charges, or they might find more charges against him?
Well, it's really hard to speculate. I mean, all we know is that a sham trial does not serve the purpose of the rule of law in Iraq, and does not do any good for the new Iraq that the Iraqis are trying to build. I think it will be a wonderful experiment if Iraqis can make sure that the trial is a fair trial, a just trial that is in accordance with international law, and Tariq Aziz, if he's guilty, will be found guilty. If he's not guilty, should be released. That is new Iraq that Iraqis would like to see.
Let's see. Zainab, I know part of the terms for his imprisonment that he's allowed every week, perhaps 10 minutes to talk to his family members. Normally that is on a Wednesday. Most probably he spoke either with you or with your brother Ziad. What does Tariq Aziz say to you when he talks to you?
First, he is allowed 30 minutes each month, not 10 minutes each week. There's a 10-minute shortage here, and every minute counts when we speak with my father. He says that he's okay and don't worry about me. He asks about his grandchildren and all the details concerning them, where they are now and how old are they, and what schools and how are they doing in school. He's my father. He asks about the family. And all the time he says, don't worry about me, I'm okay, I'm fine, don't worry about me at all.
The one thing, Zainab, most people don't know about your father, that he went and voluntarily pretty much sought the American forces, and he said, I am Tariq Aziz, I am here. That was back in April 2003. Does he regret handing himself over now?
No, I don't think so. He did that because he wasn't afraid. You know, only a criminal is afraid of his actions. He went to the Americans and said, here I am, you don't have to hunt me like a criminal from place to place. And we thought that he will be debriefed or interviewed for maybe a month or so, and he will be released.
Arif Shaheen, the head of the High Iraqi Tribunal, Abdurrahim Saber, spokesman of the Human Rights Watch, and Zainab Tariq Aziz, daughter of Tariq Aziz. Thank you for being guests on Inside Iraq.
Thank you.
To access the show and to send us your comments, please go to aljazeera.net/English. That's all the time we have for this week. Join me next week when we take another look inside Iraq. I'll see you then. Goodbye.